Hey everyone! Today we're diving into something truly fascinating happening right beneath our feet, the Yellowstone Supervolcano. Did you know this sleeping giant is releasing rare gases like helium that have been trapped for billions of years? It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's real science. These gases could be the key to understanding what's going on deep within the Earth and may even help us predict if a massive eruption is on the horizon. So stick around, and if you enjoy learning about these natural wonders, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Compared to other gases, helium emissions are relatively low. Helium can emerge from volcanic rocks that have hydrothermal activity. In the case of Yellowstone, most of the helium appears to come from ancient rocks, where it has been trapped for hundreds of millions of years. According to research conducted by scientists from the U.S. Geological Survey, it was discovered that the gas escaping from the park originates deep within these rocks, where it has been stored for this long period. Helium-4 is the most common type of helium found on Earth, composed of 2 protons and 2 neutrons. It is primarily generated by the radioactive decay of heavy elements like uranium. The ratio of helium-3 to helium-4 can vary slightly, and scientists use this variation to identify the origin of these gases. They also found that much of Yellowstone's helium-4 is likely at least hundreds of millions of years old, possibly even billions. Based on calculations and sample analyses, it was concluded that this gas probably comes from very ancient crustal rocks known to be located near this area. This ancient section of the Earth's crust dates back to the Archean Eon, which began over 2.5 billion years ago. It contains uranium and other radioactive materials that, as they slowly decay, have allowed high concentrations of helium-4 to accumulate deep within the Earth. Scientists suggest that around 2 million years ago, these gases began to be released to the surface, along with helium-3 from the Earth's mantle. This discovery is fascinating, especially for those interested in studying the mysteries and wonders of nature, but it also serves as a warning about the potential for an imminent eruption of the Yellowstone Supervolcano. Concerns that an earthquake could trigger a powerful eruption have led to theories that helium emissions in Yellowstone's caldera are increasing, potentially signaling an upcoming eruption. However, these theories proved inaccurate, as animals weren't migrating due to volcanic activity, they were simply following their natural migration patterns. Nonetheless, helium has proven to be an important tool for providing insights into the state of volcanoes, particularly the ratio between the 2 types of helium, helium-3 and helium-4. Primordial helium from the mantle is lighter, while helium-4, produced by the radioactive decay of heavy elements in the Earth's crust, is heavier. This ratio helps identify the source of volcanic gases. By studying the isotopic ratio of helium released in hot springs, geysers, or wells, scientists can determine whether the helium comes from the mantle, where helium-3 is dominant, or from the radioactive decay of uranium and thorium in the crust, where helium-4 prevails. If the ratio of helium-3 to helium-4 is high, the mantle is the main source. If it's low, the crust is the primary source. In 2 recent studies of helium emissions in active volcanic zones, it was observed that helium emissions increased significantly just before eruptions. One study focused on the events leading up to the October 12, 2011 eruption of El Hierro in the Canary Islands. Scientists noted that helium emissions increased from 9 kilograms per day to more than 24 kilograms per day just before the eruption. The study also showed that the ratio of helium-3 to helium-4 increased prior to the eruption, indicating that magma was approaching the surface. After the eruption, helium emissions decreased alongside seismic activity. These findings suggest that rising helium emissions are closely linked to increased seismic activity and magma movement. Another study, published in Nature, analyzed helium emissions in Yellowstone's caldera. It was found that most of the helium released in the area comes from ancient crustal rocks, not the magma located beneath the supervolcano. The most active helium emission areas, such as Heart Lake at the southern end of the caldera, are primarily sources of helium, for that had been locked in the Earth's crust for millions or even billions of years. This suggests that the helium released in Yellowstone is not directly related to the magma beneath the caldera, but rather to the release of gases from the crust due to earthquakes and crustal heating by magma. These studies show that monitoring helium emissions can provide valuable information about volcanic activity, but also highlight the limitations of this method. Helium can be released during earthquakes without being directly associated with new magma rising. Therefore, caution is needed when interpreting these emissions as signs of an imminent eruption. Thanks for sticking around and exploring the mysteries of the Yellowstone Supervolcano with us. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more amazing content like this. Your support means a lot, and it helps us bring you even more exciting discoveries. See you in the next video.